Hello everyone and welcome to the Measure Killer YouTube channel. We're kicking off a series of videos we will publish over the next few weeks of all the new features that we have in our tool Measure Killer, which is a tool to optimize and govern your Power BI and Fabric estate. And today we'll start with one of the coolest new features. And for that I have a special guest with me today. Welcome, Pedro.
Hello, everyone. I'm Pedro, one of Measure Killer's developers.
All right. What are we gonna talk about today?
Today, we're going to discuss one of our newest features called model similarity, which helps you find duplicates of your semantic model across the tenant.
All right, pretty cool. Okay, so maybe let's jump right in it. I can see that you have Measure Killer open here. What do I need to try out this feature?
So, the first thing you need is to download Measure Killer. So, Measure Killer is a desktop tool. You just download it, open it in your computer. And for this feature, also you need a license for Measure Killer, enterprise license. It's part of the paid modes, mainly tenant analysis and limited tenant analysis, which are basically the same mode, but one is for the developers and one is for the admins.
Right, so what is a developer and what is an admin?
Yeah, basically, we divide it via the permissions. So the admins are Fabric or tenant admins, and developers are other people that have access to limited amount of workspaces and can't add themselves to all the workspaces in the tenant, for example.
Okay, so if I have contributor to one workspace, I can already try this out for all the semantic models in that workspace, and if I have more access, I can do more.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so yeah, let's have a look. Do you want to run, just open one of those sample files maybe we have prepared?
Yes. I'm gonna use the sample data today for the tenant analysis. You guys can also try this at home. You can just click this button and use our data to explore the features if you don't have a license yet. When I click here, basically we are opening the tenant analysis mode. So this already has a lot of models and items that were analyzed already. In the regular workflow, this would be need to analyze stuff first, and then you will get to this screen here. So since this is a sample file, it's already analyzed.
All right, so maybe one thing we haven't said yet, if you don't want to buy a license, you can also request a free trial to get this up and running without paying anything.
Yeah.
And okay, so you have this here. You did already select a couple of workspaces. You hit analyze on the top left. And then how do I find the duplicate models?
Yes. Here, like you said, I already analyzed a bunch of models. So if you go to the semantic models tab, we can see here all the models that I have analyzed in my tenant. In this case, I analyzed a few. And then I just go to this button here called model similarity. And when I open this, all the workspaces I have analyzed will show up here and below all the semantic models. So if I expand this, you can see all the models that were in this tab here are showing the model similarity. And this is the window I first select the model I want to find other models similar to. So in our case, we're going to use the countries and weather model.
That's boring. No, let's look at the sales report.
Sales report, okay, that's better. So yeah, in Magic Killer testing here, I'm gonna use the sales report and I'm gonna click on next. And now here in this window, you're gonna select all the other models to be compared. So in my case, since I don't know much about this model yet, I'm gonna select all. As you can see, it's selecting all the models in all the workspaces to compare. And then I'm just gonna hit next. So Magic Killer will run all the comparisons here.
Okay, so this is pretty fast. What exactly are we comparing?
Measure Killer compares a lot of different attributes. It's basically an object comparison. So I'm going to show you how this looks so it's easier to understand. So here is a first overview of all the comparisons between this model and all the other ones. And this column here, the similarity column, we give a similarity score between the two models that are being compared. So as you can see, the first one here is basically like an exact copy of the one we are analyzing, but in a different workspace. And then we have a lot of other models that are a little similar. This one is very similar. So we can maybe take a look into this one to see why that is.
Right. I mean, sales report, obviously. I mean, that's pretty obvious that that seems to be a duplicate, but bugs, why is that so similar? Let's take a look.
Yeah, let's see. So to see more, we can go to the similarity details button here. And when I click this, here in the left, I only have one model, which is the only one I ran. And here, all the other comparisons. So in this case, we're going to select the bugs model to see why is it so similar. When I do this, the table here repopulates, and we can see all the different things that are being compared between the two models. So we have three main categories here, which is general, connection and storage, and model. And this lists all the different objects and also attributes that are being compared between the two models.
Okay, so we have 81% similarity, and then the compatibility level is the same. The size is pretty similar. The name is different. So that it's green, it's a low similarity, 12.5%, just for the name. Maybe I don't really care about the name so much, but I'm all about, right, the tables, the relationships, maybe also the measures. At the bottom, I can see that, what is this? The relationships are 94% similar, 93.76.
Yeah, yeah. Just first, this column here, the weight, is basically how much each of the attributes matter. So, like you said, the name is really different, but the name doesn't matter too much. As you can see, it only matters 1% on the
Okay.
total weight. Uh, since the name you can just rename the model to anything you want. And like you said, the most important things are the tables, measures, and relationships. So let's take a look at the relationships like you suggested. So if I expand this, we can see that both models have 6 relationships, and it seems like they are pretty similar. They are between the same tables or almost the same tables. Um, Here we can see a few ones have a different table, but it's still really high, the similarity score. So we can take a look on what's happening here.
From your experience, if something has 96% similarity, is it an exact copy pretty much, or should we even take a look?
It's almost as an exact copy, but I think it's really interesting in those cases to see what's different between the two models. But yeah, if it is above like 90%, it's almost a copy. And if it is like above 60%, I would say, then it's really similar. So I think it's worth looking. So, for example, all those other models here, I don't think they are worth taking a look because below 40%, I think it's mostly coincidences. So, yeah, those two are the ones we are really interested in this case. So if you go back here to the relationships, you can see that both, in this case, these two relationships, both are active and have cross filter to single, many to many. And the main differences are the columns that are used in the relationships. And we can see that one column has some difference. And when we inspect it, we can see it's the table name. So basically, this shows that one of the tables have been renamed in this model, but everything else is basically the same.
So the relationship is exactly the same, only the table name is different. So maybe let's look at the tables then. I can see what 71% similarity there. What is different among those tables?
Yeah, let's take a look. So in this, the ones we were just seeing now is this one. So as you can see in the original model, the name is F Sales Main, but it has been renamed to Financials in the bugs model. And when you compare stuff here, you can see that's almost identical. We have a few differences here. The name is very different, and we have the expression is slightly different, and we have a few columns that also have a few differences. So we can maybe take a look into this. And as you can see, it's mostly related to the name. So here, even the expression is using the different name. So that's why the similarity score is not 100% in this case.
Okay. So all across those items, the similarity score will be very, very high, but there will be some differences, maybe at 90% because of the different names. But overall, I think we found a really good duplicate of our semantic model. And this is basically what this feature is all about.
Yes, yes. And I think it's the main advantage of our comparison is that this is like an object comparison. So there's always a lot of attributes being compared between each level in the comparison. So as you can see for tables, for example, we have more than 10 different things being compared here. So we have a very intricate comparison between everything to see if two things are really similar or not. So yeah.
All right, great. Well, thank you so much for showing us today. And maybe next time we can take a look at the other feature that we have for duplicate detection, which is to find similar Power BI reports. Thank you so much for
Sounds good.
watching. All right.
Yeah, thank you everybody, and we hope that you enjoy the future.